All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Thursday morning. It's 8:30. I'm behind schedule. Had to deal with a bunch of bullshit this morning. So, you can tell from the title of the video, got into an accident yesterday. It was not my fault. I was the one who got hit, of course. So, break it down for you. I got done with my last house yesterday. Did about 15 properties yesterday. 9 of them being 9 of my big ones. So I was pretty tired. Wasn't in the best mood. And I'm heading to my shop. Literally just passing where we live. And I mean literally. I was passing the driveway of our complex. Heading north on what's called State Road, which is where we live. And I'm about 200 feet from West Ridgewood, which I'll be turning right onto to head to my shop. I'm probably 7 cars back from the light. The light turns green. We're going, probably doing about 10 miles an hour. And from behind me, I just feel I get hit. The trailer actually lifts up off the ground on the driver's side. I hit the brakes right away, but still, you're moving, you know? And I see a white SUV on my trailer, well, against my trailer. So I stop, I get out. We're in hard traffic too. You know, it's rush hour, we're on a main road. So I tell the driver who hit me, a woman, go figure. Not saying, look, nothing against women, but I mean, come on. So I tell her we're gonna make a right on Ridgewood and park over there. It's a secondary road. At least it's less traffic. And right then a cop is coming by heading south. We're heading north, he's coming south. He looks right at us. I tell him we're gonna make a right on Ridgewood. He said, yeah, I'll meet you over there. So we get over there. I didn't realize it at the time, but her passenger tire was flat. So what she did was, where my fender, okay, here's how she hit me. She's next to me. I'm in the curb lane. She's next to me, kind of behind me. As the truck goes past her, she attempts to switch lanes and never sees the trailer, which I don't know how you can't see it. It's got 2 big mowers on it. It's got a small mower on it. It's got a trimmer on that side on it. And here's what another thing I don't understand. Okay, my wife's car is a 22. Now this woman's car, I don't know, it looked new. She claimed it was brand new. We have sensors on my wife's car on the mirrors. Anytime something's next to you, the sensors are letting you know. There's also a setting on my wife's car. If you attempt to switch lanes and there's a vehicle there, the car will push you back over where you were. Like, it puts pressure on the steering wheel to not let you switch lanes when something is next to you. So, you know, I'm assuming this car at least had sensors to tell you someone's there. But she comes right over, and her passenger door, or near the front, hits my fender of the trailer. Now, this isn't the same fender like on a 5x8. Okay, this one, the fender comes down, and then it has a reinforcement where it's a 90. Because there's a light right on the front of it. So it's a hard front and it's reinforced. She hits right into that. The corner of that fender goes into her passenger door. And remember, it took me a couple feet to stop. It goes into her passenger door, down the door, and rips her tire, like just straight rips right through the sidewall of her tire. It bent my fender. You can see the thumbnail. It broke my light. And it's my, well, I mean, not brand new. The trailer's only 2 years old. So, we get over to the road, Ridgewood. I get out. She gets out. The cop gets out. Another cop magically appears at the same time. And the woman goes, "Oh my God, my brand new car." So, nothing about, "Hey, I'm sorry." So, as soon as she says that, I go, "I don't give a fuck about your brand new car. Like, do you not realize you just hit me and damaged my stuff?" And the cop's like, hey, you need to calm down. And I'm like, "Hey, don't fucking tell me what to say." I'm like, in the list of in the list of avoidable accidents, I'm like, this has to be at the top. He's like, "Well, yeah, you're right, but calm down." And it, you know, it was probably just like the initial thing of it happening, but it happened behind me, you know. It's not like I seen it coming. So, you know, it like startles you, you know, and it pissed me off what she said. So, but then she's like, no, that's not what I mean. She's like, "You know, I'm really sorry. I can't believe I did this." She's like, I damaged your piece of equipment. And, you know, she did feel bad. So, you know, I give all the information to the cops and whatnot. And then, out of nowhere, literally 2 minutes into this thing, another woman pulls up for her. Now, we're on the secondary road, blocking one lane. I was going to pull into this bar, but when you go in the driveway, it's really uphill, and I didn't want to risk the bottom of my my trailer jack hitting. So that's why I just stayed where I, you know, on the road. So this woman just appears and blocks the other lane. And I see her, she's like smiling, and the cop's like, "Can I help you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm here for her." And he's like, "Okay, you need to go park somewhere else. You're blocking traffic." So she goes, does a U-turn, parks right behind the cops, and then walks over to us, and she's like, "Let me see what's going on." And the cop's like, "For one, you need to get out of the road so people can see our cars." And he's like, "And don't worry about what's going on. This does not have anything to do with you." So she goes and pulls in that parking lot that I was gonna pull in, and comes back. And I hear the other woman tell her, "Oh, I hit his trailer." So the woman told me and the cops when they were asking what happened, she said she seen me pass her. She went to switch lanes to get behind me and just wasn't paying attention. That's exactly what she said. So she repeats this to that woman, and the woman goes, "Well, let me see. Don't say that." Like, almost like encouraging her, like, maybe this wasn't your fault. Don't say it was your fault, when there's no way out of this, right? It's your fault. So when she said that, the cops, I heard it. The cops seen me turn around towards her, and I think he knew this wasn't going to go well with me, with this other woman talking and whatever. So now he's like yelling at the woman. He's like, "I already told you twice, you need to leave. You don't need to be here." She's like, "Well, I'm her ride," because her car had to be towed. She didn't have a spare tire. The tire that was on there that got slashed was her full-size spare tire. God only knows what she hit to get the first flat tire. And to be honest with you, I was kind of wondering if the woman who hit me was drunk. She was like an emotional wreck, crying and just acting kind of funny. And then when the other woman came the way she was acting, I was like, I bet they were at a bar around the corner, and that's how this woman got here so fast. So the cops gave us reports to fill out. They filled out like the report number and whatever. He said just fill them out and drop them off at the police station, which I thought that was a little weird. I don't know if that's normal protocol. I would have to ask my son-in-law. He's a cop. But I don't know. I thought that was a little weird. So I filled it out, had to drop it off this morning. I'm not taking my trailer into a trailer shop to get fixed. I already bent the fender back to where it looks somewhat normal. You can tell it's been hit. The light was broke out of it. I already took the light off. Damn it. The only problem, so I mean, you can tell it's been hit though, that's for sure. I'm looking at it right now, pisses me off. So the problem is though, the wire for that light, it has a plug on the end of it to plug into the bulb. Well, that plug is smashed, it's obliterated. So now I'm gonna have to try to find the same plug, the same, you know, to go on it, cut the old plug off. I don't even know how to, because it's like a built-on plug. So I'm gonna have to try to find a plug and a wire, cut the old one off, solder it together, then get the bulb, put it on. Might even have to be a different lamp I put on, you know, in case I can't find the identical plug. I'm gonna have to grind the paint off where she hit my fender, repaint all that, which the other fender on top, you know, the paint they use on these trailers, man, it's not the best. It's already like deteriorating on the top of my other fender. So this winter I was already gonna grind the one fender, repaint it. Now I'll have to do the same thing with that area. And then every year or two on my trailers, I cover them with a truck bed liner. So I'll, you know, reapply that on this trailer. I did it when I first bought it. It's a hassle. You know, and like I said, I don't have the time to take this into a trailer shop. I don't have the patience to deal with the bullshit. And I really don't want to have to use my 5x8 right now. After today, I have 2 weeks of mowing left. Then we jump straight into trim jobs, cleanups shortly after. I don't have time to deal with it. So, I have to go pick now I dropped the report off and I have to go maybe in a few days and pick the report back up. They told me what happens is, once we turn the reports in, the responding officers, who, like I said, the one just happened to be driving by and he's seen it. They said they finish the report, make sure everything is accurate in the description of it, and then they file it. So I just want to pick it up to make sure that, you know, she is registered as a at-fault person and doesn't try some bullshit, because you never know. You know, yeah, they're nice to your face until you're not there. You know, it's just how it goes. What are you gonna do? I'm still pretty pissed off about it. When I look out my window and I see that fender, I get more mad, but there's nothing I can do. It already happened. It's over with. Thank God there was no serious damage to the trailer. Thank God none of the equipment got damaged. I keep looking out there too to make sure like the tire is spinning okay. Make sure she didn't like bend the axle, but I don't see any other damage other than, you know, cosmetic on the fender and the light. But when I see that light gone, boy, it really sets me off, man. Especially because that plug got smashed, you know, and fixing that's going to be a little bit of a headache, because like I said, that plug, finding the same plug that will fit the identical light, and it's like a built-on plug. So hopefully I can find that plug with a wire already. That way I can just solder it on. So I'm pulling up to my first house. This was my first house last week, and it was soaking wet last week. Her backyard's always wet. Hopefully it's not going to be as bad this week, but I'm sure it is. I mean, we had some, you know, dew last night. Cars are a little bit wet. I can see the fronts are a little bit wet. It's 8:45 right now, so a little bit later than I started last week, but her backyard doesn't really get sun in the morning, so it's not like it's gonna be dry. I don't know. I do not know, guys. Yeah, there ain't even no sun in the front yard, man. Damn. Oh, it's wet. It's wet. I can see it glistening from here. And the next one's gonna be wet because that one's always wet as well. So I'll show you the trailer right now where I've already, you know, like I said, I bent out the fender pretty good. This is after I bent it out. So I still need to flatten this out more, push this back, refold it right here. Then I need to grind all this down more. I'm gonna grind all this down best I can, repaint it, and this is the plug I'm talking about. So that's what I have to hopefully I can find it on a wire, and I'll just cut it, solder it, and, you know, pick up a new light and put the light back on, and then it'll look back to normal. But this is what I was telling you about, how the paint